Hello students, I am Safia, your science teacher. Today we are going to continue the topic of food. So I said about condiments. Condiments are the materials which are added to the food. Like if you are making any special food, in that we will add these condiments. Like in biryani, we'll add all the ingredients like turmeric, salt, chili powder, curd and all those things. Along with that, we add this additionally condiments. So condiments are actually, they are grown in particular places. They are grown according to the climatic conditions. So they are grown in particular places. So to transport from there, it will take lot of efforts and as well as the money. So these condiments are expensive. Example of condiments are cloves, cinnamon, bay leaves, cardamom, etc. Along with, see, in this in curries and all, we add these condiments. In the same way, in sweet dishes, we add one more important thing, those are dry fruits. Usually in sweets like payasam and any fruits, in any sweet, like if you are making any gulab jamun, in that also for garnishing they use dry fruits. So dry fruits are also grown in particular places. So as they are grown in particular places, they are also expensive and they are added in little amount because they are strong enough and they can give good aroma, and as condiments will give aroma, dry fruits will give good taste, and as well as they make the dish look very beautiful. So dry fruits are also expensive. Dry fruits are like almonds, cashew nuts, dry kishmish is also called as resins, dry grapes. Okay, dry kishmish, resins are dry grapes are the same thing. Pista, apricots, and cinnamon can apricots. Cardamom. Cardamom can be used in condiments and as well as in the dry fruits. Condiments are also called as fragrant materials because these condiments will give good aroma. Aroma means good smell. If you see, if you add cardamom to tea, if many people are fond of elaichi tea, that is what cardamom tea, that will give good taste, it gives aroma as well. We will add elaichi powder to some of the dishes, that is because to get aroma. And not only that, even ginger garlic is also added to give good aroma. So that means these condiments, as they give good aroma, fragrance means sweet smell. So as they give good smell, they are also called as fragrant materials. How people develop food habits. So if you go to some area, like if you see in Telangana itself, we are fond of eating rice. Usually every food will start with rice. Okay, our meals will be usually rice. Chapati in the morning or in the dinner time, but lunch usually will be having rice. And more people are habituated to eat rice because if you see in your surroundings, the agriculture fields, we have paddy. From paddy we will get rice. So we have many paddy fields. Because we have many paddy fields, that means rice will be available in plenty amount. As the rice is available in plenty amount, the demand of, the prices of the rice will not be that much high. It can be affordable for everyone. As it is affordable for everyone, it became our staple food. Rice is staple food of Telangana. What is staple food? Staple food is the food which is eaten to get energy. The food eaten by us to get energy is called as staple food. And as it is more in quantity, also it becomes a staple food. Like in Maharashtra and Rajasthan, many people there, if you see the more amount of wheat wheat farming is there. I mean, more amount of maize, more amount of bajra and wheat, all those are grown. As they are grown in plenty, they will be getting the maize, bajra and wheat easily. So as it is in plenty, it can be affordable for everyone. As it is affordable for everyone, it became the staple food of Rajasthan and Maharashtra. So in Rajasthan and Maharashtra, people are fond of eating chapati and roti. So chapati and roti is the staple food of Rajasthan and Maharashtra. Along with some curry, they will be eating this staple food. And many of us will say we like that curry, we doesn't like that curry, I like that, I doesn't like that. So it is not the good habit. So what is a good habit? That you have to eat all the variety of fruits and vegetables. So you should eat all the curries because all the food will give energy. We don't know what kind of nutrient is present in which vegetable exactly. So to get the nutrients to grow healthy, we have to take all the fruits and vegetables. Method of preparing food is an essential thing for our life because we can't eat the raw food material. So we will prepare them, we'll be preparing the different kinds of food by using preparation methods. So now we are going to learn about preparation methods. For example, we are familiar with idli. Right, we know what is idli. Idli is a South Indian tiffin which can be eaten in the morning, right? Because it is a mixture of rice and dal. So it is tasty as well as it is healthy, and it is very light that it can be digested easily. So many people, if they have gone through any medical treatment or something, doctors will be advising to eat idli because it does not have any oil or something which will make us heavy. But it is very light and it can be eaten. It has lot of health benefits. So we know idli, okay, we know the taste of idli, we know how it is useful, but we don't know the preparation method. So idli, how it is prepared? First it is fermented. Idli is fermented. Not idli is fermented, the batter of idli is fermented. Batter. How this batter is prepared? By adding rice flour and as well as the gram flour. By adding rice and dal, they will be making batter of it. Okay, they will make paste, batter in the sense paste, and they will be keeping it overnight. Next day morning, that idli batter will get fermented and the idlis are prepared in idli cooker. That is how, by steaming. They will be passing hot air. You have seen how to prepare idli. So first fermentation will take place, then idli will be, the batter will be steamed. So idlis are prepared by steaming. Finally, idlis are prepared by steaming. So what is the preparation method of idli? Steaming. In the same way, if you want to get puri, okay, it is fried in the oil. So which method do we use here? Frying, deep frying. We will fry it deeply, that inside it should also get fried. If you want to fry vada, that is also by deep frying. In the same way, if you want to make pickle, then what they will do? Lemon pickle or any mango pickle. All those mangoes will be cutted. They are mixed up with the spices which are already fried in the oil and all. And mango pieces and the spices will be combined together. That is also a preparation method of pickle. Preparation method of pickle is cutting and mixing. In the same way, roasting is done for chicken and peanuts. Boiling is done for eggs and potatoes. Even rice is also prepared by boiling. So that means preparation method is also important to get the taste. For example, instead of steaming, if we fry the idlis, do you think the idli will be tasty? No, it won't be tasty. First of all, it is not called as idli, right? So that means preparation methods are also important. And preparation is a kind of art. It is a kind of art. Everyone can't do or everyone cannot cook the food properly. That is because some people can learn, they can understand how to make, then only they will, that food will become tasty. So that means cooking is also an art. So we know that the certain kind, our favorite food, right? Our favorite food is based on the taste. If you like sweet taste, you will be liking the food which is sweet in taste. If you like spicy things, then you'll be liking the food which is spicy. So we know that based on the taste of the food, we'll be deciding our favorite food. We know how now to know how the taste, how the food got its taste. That is because of ingredients, the method of preparation and cultural habits. Like ingredients, if you are using sweet, the dish will become sweet in taste. If the preparation method, it depends whether it is steaming, frying or something, then it gives taste. Different preparation method will give different taste and cultural habits with what you are eating, and how it is stored, where it is stored is also an important thing. This was about preparation methods and the taste. So we have discussed about preparation of gulab jamun, right? I have explained you. In the same way, you should also do something which I will say later on in this video. That will be a worksheet. Okay, it will be very interesting. Okay, so the next topic which we have to learn is preservation. The next important topic is preservation. When we are talking about food, but if I leave this topic, then our lesson explanation will be incomplete. You know pickle, I said just now, I said about pickle. How this pickle will be used, when this pickle is used. If you want to eat mango pickle, we will bring mangoes and at a time we will make it. No, actually pickles are stored. They are and usually pickles are made when mangoes will get, that is from February to May. Right, in these 3 to 4 months you will be making pickles, and these pickles are stored for next year, up to next February this pickle will be. That means you are preserving, you are storing them. How you are preserving? That is by adding some preservatives. For example, this last year you made pickle, your mama made pickle in February. Up to this year 2020 February, pickle was present. That means pickle was preserved. We have done which method? Preservation. We have preserved mango pickle for 1 year. How we have preserved this mango pickle? By adding preservatives. So there are different kinds of preservatives added in the food to keep them safe and without getting spoiled. To keep them fresh, we add preservatives to the food. For example, for pickles we add salt and turmeric. In pickle, salt and turmeric will work as preservatives. That means if you are adding salt, pickle will not get spoiled. And if you are adding turmeric, then also pickle will not get spoiled. That's why little amount of salt is added more. Little more amount of salt is added to the pickle, because it will give taste and as well as it will help in preservation. This was about the thing like pickle which is spicy in taste, okay, I can say spicy one. In the same way, if you want to store some sweet dishes, then what they will do, they will add some, for preserving sweet things, they will add honey or sugar syrup. What is sugar syrup? I said for making gulab jamun that you will get liquid, that is nothing but sugar syrup. So to preserve fruits and jellies, they will add sugar syrup and honey. You know jams, you will eat fruit jam. Kisan fruit jam, mixed fruit jam, we are eating that. But how it is stored? What is the preservative used in that? The preservative is honey and sugar syrup. Not only that, even fruit juices like real fruit juice, Be Natural, in that also honey and sugar will be added. And along with this, some chemical preservatives are also added. So it is must and should, whenever you are eating any kind of preserved food, that means the food which is stored for longer time, then you must see that manufacturing date. Manufacturing date will be behind the back side of the pack, and as well as expiry date will be, and the ingredients used in that. Ingredients already we have discussed. Then they will be writing along with ingredients preservative add in that. So that preservative is eatable or not, that you have to find out, and you can eat that food. An important thing is manufacturing date and expiry date. If the food is out of expiry date, I mean if the expiry date was 21st June 2020, so you ate, they give good up to or can be used up to 21st June or June. That means you have to use it in the June itself. If you are using after the June, then it will become unhealthy. You can't eat the food which has you can't eat the food which got expired. You can't eat the food which got expired. And by using fruits and vegetable is an art, as I said. So not only preparing food and making food, but some people will use these fruits and vegetables to make different models. This art is called as vegetable carving. Students, your homework is you have to write the ingredients and the process of preparation of lemon rice and vegetable biryani. What are the ingredients required for making lemon rice and preparation method, how it is prepared, like first what will be frying, what will be adding, etc. And then second one is preparation, first ingredients for vegetable biryani, then the process of preparing that biryani. These two is your homework. Take help of your parents and complete this homework. I hope everyone will complete the homework. Okay students, this was about the